the most important element of music is time. If you just have the notes and you take away the time, you have nothing. And I'm going to demonstrate. Listen to these notes. Bunch of notes. Sounds pretty. There's no song. But if you take those same notes, almost, and you put it in the correct time sequence, it's not exactly the same, but you get the idea. Those same notes in the proper sequence makes music. That's why the drummer is so important, is so essential to a band, and that's why time is the most important element of music. So when people ask me, Ari, what is the one most important tip you can give an aspiring young guitar player, or a guy that's trying to get on his feet? The answer is practice with time. And that means one of these guys. This is a metronome. A metronome measures and gives you consistent speeds and tempos to practice with, so you could learn to practice real music. And if you can't play with a metronome, or you can't practice with a metronome, some would argue you're better off not practicing at all. I get a lot of guys that practice and are able to do all sorts of fancy things, but you put them with a band, then you put them with a metronome, and they can't keep up. They fall in, they fall out of the time frame. I have no music. The guy's useless to me, even though he's been practicing for months and months in his bedroom, and he can do certain things really fast. So you have to learn how to lock in with time. And if we're talking about chords, what I would tell my beginning students to do is pick a really slow speed, let's say for our purposes, 72 BPM, beats per minute. And you set the metronome really slow, and you just make sure that whatever you're doing, however many times you play the chord, you're locking in with that click, you're locking in with that drummer. So let's say every 4 beats. And this is really how you're able to develop your musical abilities, your ear, not just your physical ability to play the notes, but to lock them in with the music that you're hearing. And once you have it mastered, let's say, at the 72 that we're at, and you think you can play it faster, bump it up, let's say 8 or 10 more BPM, beats per minute. Now I'm at 84. And so on and so forth until you get to the really fast tempos. 1. So that's the deal with chords. And when it comes to melodies and it comes to leads, scales, obviously, even more so, the same thing applies. People get carried away, but you really need to start slowly and work your speed up gradually. There's no shortcut to this. So if I was trying to play a scale, let's say at a slower tempo for me, which would be, let's say 116. Right? I'd be comfortable playing at 116, then I'd bump it up, and then eventually I'd be able to play the scale at a little bit of a faster tempo. This is 138, 140. And so on and so forth. I had one particular exercise for an arrangement for Nusach Ari that I was working on that I couldn't play it at full tempo right away, so I slowed it down to about 120, and the riff was like this. At 120, and as I gradually moved my way up, I was able to play the lick at full speed. And that's how you work with a metronome, and that's how you learn how to play with a band, and that's how you learn to play on a professional level with time. So that's the tip of the week. I hope you guys enjoyed it. We'll see you next week. For any questions or for more music, you can log on to www.neshamaorchestra.com or www.nusachari.com. For any questions or booking information, you should call Dove Katz at 516-569-4949, extension 111. Again, 516-569-4949, extension 111. Have a great day.